Good evening, everyone. My name is Adrian Woodbury, and tonight I'm going to give my informative speech on the wonderful disposable diaper. Now, imagine, if you will, taking a trip with me. No, not down memory lane. No, that would be silly. Let's take a trip to the moon, because that would not be silly, right? Now, take a trip to the moon and back. That trip would be about 477,000 miles. Well, what's the significance of that, you ask? Well, if you take that trip 18 times, which is crazy, it would give us about 8.6 million miles. Now, that's a long way. Yes, it's a very long way. But what that has to do with anything is the fact that 90 to 95% of the children in the United States, over the course of the first 2 years of their lives, create 8.6 million miles worth of disposable diaper trash. Yeah, it happens. So, where did this start, you ask? Well, let me tell you. It started in Sweden in 1942. It started actually as a pair of reusable shorts with a disposable insert. And over the course of the 40s, a couple different people came out with different versions. Shorts, panties, underwear, whatever you want to call them. That's they come up with them. But in 1949, a company came out with the first truly disposable diaper, which they called the Chucks, C-H-U-X. And like I said, it was in 1949, and that was Richer 2014 was where that info came from. Now, this disposable diaper was a thin, it was just a plastic, this rectangle plastic film with tissue paper as the absorbing agent material. And that's all it was. Rectangle, folded up between the legs, wrap around. It's good to go. Kid used it, throw it away. That's what it was. Well, things have changed. You know, the diaper, it's elastic, conforms a lot better around the legs. The outside is still plastic, which, by the way, takes 1 cup of crude oil to make the outside of this. Crude oil. It gets turned into gasoline and plastic water bottles. Yeah, the same stuff. The inside, you notice you can't really see inside it, but there's no tissue paper on it anymore. No more tissue paper. There's about 5 grams of a powder called SAP, which is sodium polyacrylate, which, you know, is super absorbing, but by the way, it's toxic, and it's in the diaper. Okay, well, also in the process of making the diaper, the paper that's involved goes through a bleaching step. And during that step, a byproduct is created, and it's called dioxin. Guess what? That's toxic too. It's a known carcinogen, and it is pretty much on the top of the list of the worst chemicals, the worst cancer-linked chemicals, according to the EPA. And all that's right here in this diaper. Great. And how much for this am I paying? Well, let me tell you. I'm paying roughly $800 for Walgreens brand diapers a month. No. $800 a year for diapers. That would be bad. Of the Walgreens brand. If I was using Huggies or Pampers, you know, brand name, it'd be about $1,300. So, you know, that's the direct cost that come out of my pocket every time I buy it. Indirect costs have to do with the wood. There's wood pulp in these also. I forgot to tell you. That wood pulp comes from trees, which, according to Gifford 2009, the United States estimatedly throws away 27.4 billion diapers each year. And to make all those diapers, it takes about 250,000 trees and about 3.4 billion with the B gallons of oil, crude oil, to make all those diapers. 1 year. Yeah, so that affects the gas prices, it affects your lumber prices, it affects your, you know, anything has to do, the wood goes into, other plastics, it affects all of those prices. But you just don't see it, though, you just don't realize it. Well, since it also impacts the environment. And what impacts your wallet, impacts your health, impacts your environment. the 27.4 billion diapers that are annually thrown out have to go somewhere. Where do you think they go? Yeah, you're right. A hole in the ground called the landfill. In the landfill, if they didn't go in the landfill, if they just went on the side of the road, these diapers would take roughly 100 years or so, give or take, to decompose, with the sun shining on every day, and the wind, the rain, the sleet, snow, animals, whatever. About 100 years. Well, they get put in the ground and they get buried. So they don't get all the weather and the wind and all that kind of stuff. They don't get all that stuff. So it takes roughly 500 years for them to decompose. And in that time, they get wet, soggy, seep, leak, whatever, the toxins that are in it, into the ground, into possibly water supplies. Who knows what could happen, what happens with it. But it's not good. It's just not good at all. So what can we do as responsible parents? Well, one thing we can do, try to quit using these things. As you can see, I have one, but we use them for naps, and that's naps and trips, what we use it for. So we use cloth diapers. Cute designs on the outside, stretchy, fit around the legs, plenty of snaps all over the place, great times. Liners that you can wash the diapers, throw it on the wash, throw it on the dryer, good to go. It saves money, saves the environment, they're healthier, much better for you. That's just on the family level. On the corporate level, there's a company called TerraCycle that's on the right path when it comes to trying to figure out this problem that we have. They're right now in the process of refining their method of recycling disposable diapers. Sounds kind of gross, but I've read a little bit about it. It seems like they got a great idea, and it seems like they're on the right path. So that was in a staff report from July 2012. And so I'm really excited to hear about that company, see what else they see if they actually come up with something. So in conclusion, as we all have now learned how awesome these things are, there's more to them than meets their eye, than meets the eye. From the ridiculous amount of waste that is created with these to the ridiculous amount of toxic stuff that goes into them, it makes you stop and ask the question: is the convenience of the disposable diaper really worth it? Thank you.